want to give a shout out to my brothers that have been inspiring me and been my friends for a long time. One of my best friends in the whole world, Busta Rhymes in the house. You know what I'm saying? He's been my friend for a long time, ever since I was like 12 years old. He's my best friend. He's in the house.
Okay, so y'all know how Busta Rhymes has been swearing to the ends of the earth and back that he and Diddy were never really friends like that, and he didn't attend any of Diddy's famous parties. Well, he just caught in a bold-faced lie, because some new footage just leaked that showed that not only was he at Diddy's parties, but he had the time of his life at the parties. Now, there have been reports that Busta is allegedly one of those rapey pars who are on the DL, if you know what I mean. There are rumors that Busta was one of the celebs who allegedly preyed on younger rappers who are trying to make it big in the industry. A couple of rappers, like Orlando Brown, have come out to make some allegations, and it looks like Busta might have been taking advantage of people who looked up to him for guidance. Y'all, things are about to get insanely messy for Busta, so let's break this down. Orlando Brown was one of the first rappers to hint that Busta's hands weren't exactly clean. In a video that quickly went viral on social media, Orlando boldly named some of the men who had forced him into some inappropriate relationships, and Busta was at the top of the list.
We made love. We made love.
Who you made love with?
Diddy, Bow Wow, Busta Rhymes.
You just told me you seen Busta in the airport too. That motherfucker tried to act like he didn't know you. You smashed Drake?
No, I never smashed.
Oh, you made love to Drake.
And Cat Williams. What's his name?
Bro, you smashing a lot of people.
What's that nigga name? Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard. Usher. Usher's a gusher. And
what the fuck? Why you not naming no hoes?
I'm telling you, bro. It's my dad's friends. My dad sent his baddest friends on me.
Who's your dad?
Lucifer.
People tried to claim that Orlando was suffering from a drug-induced psychosis and that he didn't know what he was saying because he wasn't in his right senses. However, Orlando sat down for an interview where he insisted that there was nothing wrong with him, and he doubled down on his claims that the industry was full of sickos who loved nothing more than to prey on younger and vulnerable people.
And this is that, like, there's a lot of things that will make you buckle, bro. They make you buckle, bro. And people done lost their families, bro. People done lost their kids, shit. A lot of stuff done happened.
Mainly because it's more dangerous. For rappers nowadays.
I mean, this is a touchy subject. I just, I'll give you this. You can willingly turn woman and have a bag, or you can do what I'm doing. You can willingly turn trans, or you can get in trouble and go to jail and get fucked up, and they do it to you forcefully because you fucked up and you didn't know what to do with your blessing. So, out of those two ways, me sitting here in one piece is not easy.
Yeah, that does not sound good. The interesting thing about this is that when Diddy was first exposed, Busta was one of the first people to jump to his defense. He said, "The one thing that we should take away from what I'm saying is, everybody probably need to mind they damn business until the truth is undisputed. It's unfortunate, because I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy, and I'm talking about for the victims, and I'm talking about for Diddy. So, I'm gonna leave it there, and I'm gonna mind my business, and hopefully everybody can find it in their hearts to keep their opinion to theyself, and just know that every time you voice an opinion, you might be hurting somebody." This rubbed people the wrong way because Cassie's lawsuit detailed the horrible things that Diddy did to her when they were together. So it was kind of wild to imagine that anyone would defend Diddy. But then, we started hearing that more and more celebs were allegedly involved with Diddy shenanigans. And this was when Busta started to distance himself, claiming that he never did anything and never attended Diddy's parties. Well, newly leaked footage by TMZ shows Busta at one of Diddy's infamous New Year's Day parties.
Happy New Year to the whole planet. God is the greatest. Real talk. And I mean, if there's anything that somebody can say better than that, I'm all ears. But with that being said, continuous blessings to the whole entire universe.
Like that wasn't enough. Diddy also gave him a very personal shout out, referring to him as one of his closest friends in the whole world.
I want to give a shout out to my brothers that have been inspiring me and been my friends for a long time. One of my best friends in the whole world, Busta Rhymes in the house. You know what I'm saying? He's been my friend for a long time, ever since I was like 12 years old. He's my best friend. He's in the house.
The math is finally starting to math, and we can figure out why Busta was so quick to defend Diddy, because he might be involved with the same thing, allegedly. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of wild to imagine that Busta might be on the DL, given that he is known to be one of the most homophobic rappers in Hollywood. I mean, y'all remember when he called a fast food worker a homophobic slur just because they didn't give him preferential treatment when he went to order a burger. According to someone who worked at the restaurant, he got very upset when we wouldn't take his order first when he was the last one to come in. We treat everyone as equals here at CBB. You can't skip the line of 10 people waiting in front of you. Never have we had a problem with a celebrity. That changed last night. Instead of standing in line, Busta went out to his car to wait for the order. When it arrived, he still wasn't happy. He came back in the restaurant and started becoming outwardly angry. He was calling our delivery driver a FG multiple times and me a B. So not only was he entitled, but he was also very homophobic. Fast forward to now, and there are wild claims floating around that he was out here grooming men. So, how did we end up here? His former bodyguard, Big Homie CC, dropped some explosive accusations that got everybody talking. A couple of weeks ago, Big Homie CC sat down with the Art of Dialogue and came ready to spill some serious tea. He didn't just hint at things, he flat out accused Busta Rhymes of having a pattern of questionable behavior when it came to young men. According to him, this isn't just some random rumor. It's something that people in the industry have known about for years. And while fans might be blindsided by these claims, Big Homie CC insisted that those who worked closely with Busta, especially club promoters, had been well aware of his alleged preferences for a long time. Apparently, whenever Busta was booked for an event, the promoters allegedly went out of their way to make sure everything was set up to his liking. By that, Big Homie CC means that VIP sections were supposedly arranged with a carefully selected lineup of attractive young men, all handpicked to keep the rapper entertained throughout the night.
Seen you talking about Busta Rhymes before
Oh yeah.
in some of your videos.
Oh yeah. Super zest monster. For sure, bro. That's my thing, bro. Like, this been common knowledge though. Like, all my promoter homies would always say, man, you know, we gotta bring some we gotta bring some, what they call them, I'm not gonna say it over here. They call them fun boys. They'll say we gotta have some fun boys in the section for Busta. Cause you know, I bodyguarded for Ghostface Killer before, you feel me? And being around him, you hear things, you feel me? I'm like, damn. And my auntie like the biggest Busta Rhymes fan, you feel me? Like, every cookout she playing it, all his little fast rapping, all of that, him and Craig Mack playing that.
But that's not even the wildest part. Big Homie CC didn't just throw out vague claims. He got into specifics. He brought up a particular moment involving actor and model Don Benjamin and one of Don's friends, who happened to be gay. According to Big Homie, the second Busta Rhymes noticed this man, his whole energy took a turn. It was like a switch flipped, and just like that, his demeanor completely changed. Big Homie painted the scene as unmistakable. He said Busta zeroed in on the guy with a level of focus that made it very clear what was happening. This wasn't just polite conversation or casual socializing. Big Homie suggested that the way Busta was moving left no doubt that he was actively pursuing something beyond small talk.
Bro, on my soul, I'm out with a group of people. At this time, I was with Don Benjamin. You familiar with him?
No, never heard of him.
Model dude, like a model guy. He be doing like some rapping and stuff. His name Don Benjamin. I'm out with Don Benjamin. And the club we ended up going to, Busta Rhymes in there. So it was a little lawyer guy that was with us. And the little lawyer guy we was with, you know, he was a gay dude, super cool, feel me, good guy. Bro, Busta Rhymes wanted him in his section so bad, like, What? Pulled him to the section, like through the rope, and tucked him off in the corner. So I'm looking like, well, he ain't come with us, but I know he was in the little group. So if I go out with somebody, like a group of people, I try to make sure everybody get there together and leave together. No, he stayed with them. He stayed in there with them, bro. For sure, bro. You ain't never heard about this before, have you? Bro, this common knowledge, bro. Like, if you in the mix, bro. If you in the mix, like I've been in the mix, you know this, bro.
Just when it seemed like things couldn't get any messier, Big Homie took it up a notch. He didn't just say Busta was interested. He claimed the rapper was completely obsessed with this man. Allegedly, Busta couldn't stop going on about how attractive he was, making it obvious to everyone that he was feeling him.
So, I hear somebody say, oh, he's cute, I want him. So when I heard that, I turned around like, man, did he just say that? Man, you got all this jewelry to attract some men in here? You wild. Shocked me. But sure enough.
And that was the guy that Busta Rhymes pulled back?
He pulled him into the section. Pulled him into the section, and then they walled him off like this man. I'm like, damn. And that little dude was so happy. He couldn't believe that. He was shocked.
But Big Homie wasn't done spilling. He had plenty more to say. He claimed that Busta's so-called preferences weren't exactly a secret in the industry and had been whispered about for over a decade. When asked why no one had ever called him out, Big Homie didn't miss a beat. He said it all boiled down to privilege. Allegedly, being in Busta's inner circle came with certain benefits, and a lot of people were willing to keep their mouths shut just to stay on his good side. Then, Big Homie dropped yet another bombshell. He alleged that Busta had a long track record of aggressive behavior toward women, but for some reason, it never got the same level of attention.
How long has it been like this known about Busta Rhymes?
Well, I knew about this like in 2012. I knew about this in 2012.
How can we think nobody else speaks up on it or says anything?
Because, bro, these people admire these people so much. They want to make sure they in the section, they at the club, they at the video shoot, they can get backstage. That matters most to them. That matters so much to people. It's crazy. Like, but if you notice, like, there's countless videos of Busta Rhymes getting mad at females for just being girls. This girl touched him one time, he go crazy, throw a drink on her and everything. See what I'm saying? Like, what? Why you getting mad at females? You go to these guys, they in the club, go to their section. It's all men in the section. That ain't weird to nobody. I'm going to the bar, sorry. Text me if it get dangerous. But there's all this club security in here, like nothing's finna happen. Nobody wanna kill you guys, bro. Like, when I get jobs from people who really got a threat on their life, I move way different. Anybody that's in the mix, bro, like you know, bro. Most of these dudes, bro, putting on a major act. They don't wanna be themselves.
It's crazy.
They'll get mad at you for buying bottles of champagne to get a girl. They'll get mad, oh, we don't want these bottle rats in our section. What are we here for? Why are y'all here then? What are y'all here for? Just because y'all got booked to be here, okay, but sometimes they not booked. They just in there. So, and what they looking for, it ain't gonna be what you thinking of, on God. Seen it.
Y'all know how people tried to call Orlando Brown crazy when he claimed that Busta allegedly did some bad things to him? Well, they tried to do the same to Big Homie, saying that he was just out for clout. But the thing is, a couple of people had already exposed Busta before Big Homie made his claims. Back in 2020, social media personality Trip Ali shared a story on his YouTube channel, claiming that Busta tried to approach him while he was walking through NYC on his way to a Halloween party. According to Trip, the rapper didn't hesitate to make his intentions known, catching him completely off guard.
I'm walking through the crowd and somebody grabs my hand. Just softly put their hand in my hand and just holding it. So I look, you know, and I see this big chain that said flip mode. Just diamonds iced out. I look at the chain and I know what flip mode is, so I look up Now all this happening in split seconds. I look up and it's Busta Rhymes. And I'm like, what's up, Busta? You know, and he's still holding my hand. He like, what's up? You know, what you getting into? And I'm like, oh, we about to go to this club around the corner. What's up? He said, you know, I got a section up in this place. We doing a little after party joint. It's like, you should come in and party with me. Now, all of this stuff ain't registering in my head. I'm in the moment, it's just happening so fast, you know, but I look back and I noticed this big bodyguard looking around the people, and, you know, he made eye contact with me. I guess he wanted to make sure I ain't flip mode, you know, but I stood there, Busta still holding my hand. I'm like, oh, word? Like, hell yeah, I come in. Well, you know, I was like, well, I got to tell my people, you know, because I'm here with some people, you know. They can come with me. Yeah, come on. You know, so I was like, word. You know, I was like, that's what's up. It was like, just let the people know that you part with me and they'll let you up to my section. I was like, bet. Now, at the time, I was heavy in the rap game. You know, I was in New York solely to make it as a rapper. That's why I moved to New York, you know. So, and Busta is one of my favorite artists. So I seen it as an opportunity, you know, to holler at him, politic with him, you know, build some type of relationship with him, you know, let him hear my music. He probably asked me what I do. I could be like, yo, I rap, you know, spit some bars for him, you know, I ain't know. But it was just like, I looked at it as an opportunity, you know. What's the chances of running into Busta Rhymes and he grab your hand and invite you up to his section? I wasn't thinking nothing of it. So I'm like, oh, word. So he lets my hand go. My boy standing there, you know, he stopped because he seen me standing there talking to him. He just was standing there. So when I leave, I walk to him. I'm like, yo, you know who that was? That was Busta. He was like, I know who it is. I'm like, that's Busta Rhymes. He was like, I know who it is. But he was acting a little funny. I was like, he just said we can come up in the club. Like, let's go to this spot. He was like, no, we not going in there. I was like, no, like, let's go here. Like, I don't want to go to this gay event. Like, we could go to this club. This is more popping. You know what I'm saying? Plus, Busta invited us in the section. You don't miss out on an opportunity like that. You know what I'm saying? He didn't care. He was like, nah, we ain't going up in there. So now I got an attitude. I'm like, well, we could go in there first and then we could go to this other party. You know what I'm saying? Nah, he ain't want to go. You know what I'm saying? His boy steadily trailing behind, you know, his twin. I'm like, forget it. You know what I'm saying? Like, now I got to go in this spot. I'm not in a good mood. So I'm walking behind. He turns around and say, what's wrong with you? I'm like, man, like, I want to go in this club with Busta. Like, I could get on and, like, he invited us in this club. He was like, what you want from me? What you want me to do? I looked. I was like, a word? That's the type of time we on? He was like, what you need? What do you want? I'm like, damn, okay. Like, I kid to you not. He reached in his pockets, pulled out a whole bunch of cash, and threw it right in my face. His boy standing on the side looking. The money hit my face, fall down to the ground. You see 50s and 100s all on the ground. And I'm standing there like, salty as hell, embarrassed, disrespected. You just pulled out a wad of cash and threw it in my face. And he turns around and walks away, and I'm standing there.
By 2021, whispers about Busta Rhymes had resurfaced, with fresh claims that he was once again actively pursuing men. The chatter was already gaining momentum, but things escalated when paparazzi allegedly spotted him leaving a gay pride event with a trans woman, fueling an already blazing rumor mill. The sighting sent shockwaves through the media, triggering even more speculation about his private life. With cameras capturing the moment, dodging the spotlight became nearly impossible. The timing couldn't have been worse for him, as this new development only reignited old rumors, making the story even messier and harder to ignore. Let's be real. The issue here isn't Busta's sexuality. The real concern lies in the unsettling allegations about him allegedly crossing boundaries and engaging in behavior without clear consent. Considering Busta's well-documented short temper, It's not exactly shocking that he and Diddy have remained tight over the years. Both are known for their fiery personalities and unpredictable outbursts, which seems to have solidified their friendship. But beyond their shared volatility, there might be something else linking them. A particular interest in much younger men. Big homie CC already claimed that Busta had a habit of having his crew scout for young men to bring into his VIP section. And with that footage of Busta at Diddy's party, plus Diddy giving him an unusually personal shout-out, it definitely raises some eyebrows.
Doing way big.
I want to give a shout out to my brothers that have been inspiring me and been my friends for a long time. One of my best friends in the whole world, Busta Rhymes in the house. You know what I'm saying? Been my friend for a long time, ever since I was like 12 years old. He's my best friend. He's in the house.
When you add all this with Orlando Brown's claims, well, it paints a very disturbing picture. Now, here's the kicker. Word on the street is that Orlando wasn't the only young man Busta allegedly had a situation with. Insiders are now claiming that he's pulled the same moves with several other men in the industry. And with all the buzz about this, a freak-off tape featuring Diddy, Busta, and male adult entertainers, people are starting to take a second look at Orlando's claims. Could he have been telling the truth the whole time? This whole thing is beyond messy. But I need to hear what y'all think. Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to check out the next video.